He says, Dave, we have $30 million worth of piece parts spread amongst those 3 manufacturing facilities. What should we do about it? And I said, what do you mean we, paleface? And he didn't laugh. And of course, the other 3 people in the room, they were shocked that I would say something like that. And I said, you don't know the story? And John says, no. I said, well, there's the story of the Lone Ranger who wore all white, and he rode a white horse called Trigger. And he had an Indian sidekick by the name of Tonto.
Right.
So they're surrounded by 10,000 yelling, screaming Indians. And Lone Ranger turns to Tonto, and Tonto says, we're surrounded by 10,000 yelling, screaming Indians, and all they want to do is scalp us. What should we do, Tonto? And Tonto says, what do you mean we, paleface? Using the insult for the white man that wears a mask. And he says, well, what should we do? I said, look, you gave me all the responsibility for the product line, but no authority. I said, you need to give me the authority commensurate with the responsibility. And he says, why? I said, well, if you look at the book, The Soul of a New Machine, where I think it was Alpha General wanted to develop a new mini computer, and the corporate offices kept shooting it down when it was under development there. So they moved them to Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina from Boston. I told him the story of the IBM PC, where the salespeople at IBM were getting such huge commissions off their mainframe sales. They were afraid that the IBM PC would cannibalize their commissions. So they moved the development all the way to Boca Raton, Florida, as far away as they could. And Skelly says, I agree with you. He says, when I was president of Pepsi, and he said, I was having a drink with him, and I said, how come Xerox that doesn't have a personal computer? I'm saying to myself, that's right, Xerox, they never do anything original.
Right.
And he says to the president of Xerox, I've got a Canon personal copier on my desk. So I said, give me the authority, and we'll go out there and market and sell and support and service and train on the Apple III. He said, okay,